Have you seen those videos?
Yes.
Are we recording? Are you serious?
Do you know what's supposed
So
to be
you got
this?
that all on camera?
Do you know what's supposed to be this?
He's recording. Introduce us because he's already recording.
No. When you're ready, you can have a go.
It's already going.
No, but okay, I can't keep that up the entire time. Again, thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you to everyone watching. This once again is Rudy. I know it looks weird.
Guys, I was sick. I was sick last week. I was really sick. I was ill. Like man down, not coping, dead. I've not been that sick in forever. So cut a man slack.
You're okay. Cut.
And I literally did not move out of bed from the whole of Tuesday. I was in bed. I did not get out of bed until Friday morning. At all. And there's only so much TV, only so much Netflix, only so much sleeping you can do. There was nothing else. I think on Thursday when I started to feel a little bit better, that's when I started like bombarding him with like videos on TikTok. I was just sending him randoms. And yeah. And your phone's on charge because you've run it flat in like 2 hours. But I'm better. She was actually really like thoughtful. She kept on coming, Daddy, are you okay? You feeling better? Rubbing my face. But also, you try put on it when she's there. You try, yeah. Well, thank at least one of you are.
I did say I'm glad you're back.
He told me he hated me.
Oh my word.
Guys, he said it.
What? And you know you do this on the public.
Welcome to the Man Podcast, where your mind truly matters. We're your hosts, Tatenda and Rudy. Here, we tackle life's challenges, foster resilience, and promote wellness. Each episode promises to make a difference, one viewer at a time. Buckle up for a journey of enlightenment, because in the world of man, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Stay tuned.
Platforms with this nonsense, this absolute nonsense. Yeah, look at that fake tear. He told me. He told me.
But
I need to keep this short. So have you noticed I haven't said anything? I'm waiting to be spoken to. I will speak back, and that is it.
Okay. Well, since we spoke, I actually thought about quite a cool topic.
Okay.
I'm not getting in between two white people, yeah?
No.
No, I'm not doing
No. I also don't have the energy for that. I'm just answering.
The reverse Oreo.
Yo.
No.
Yes.
Oreo is dark on both sides.
Yes. He
That's what I said. Reverse Oreo.
So it's
White on the outside, black on the inside.
black on the inside.
I thought you called me a reverse Oreo.
That's what I'm trying to figure it out.
No.
I understood. After
Think
a couple
about the
seconds.
biscuit.
Yeah, I am.
If the races were reversed and you came here, it would be an Oreo. Now that the races are not reversed and we are white and you are black, white, black, white, reverse Oreo.
How is it reverse Oreo?
Because Oreo is black, white, black. Reverse Oreo.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then you can't stick it together because there's...
We're saying the biscuit. Stop thinking.
The
things so
biscuit
literally.
would be white.
We're saying vanilla biscuits with cookies and cream icing in the middle.
You mean chocolate icing?
It's not chocolate flavor. Cookies and cream is.
It's chocolate
If
cookie.
it goes the
Yeah.
other way, then
Cream.
it won't stick.
Okay, congrats. Thank you for being extremely logical. We'll leave you on that just because you can take
Okay.
a man to the water, but you can't teach him to fish if he doesn't want to.
Okay,
I
so
don't want to fish, by the way.
There you go.
Back-
You already told us.
back to reality. So while in my being very, very ill, I came across a video on TikTok of a guy that is a life coach, a mentor, and a psychologist.
I just realized that my microphone has been off the whole time.
No, you're lying.
I promise you.
So-
No, but it was going. It was going while
Yeah.
you were talking.
Was it?
It was. I promise. Because I was still at the beginning saying we haven't checked the mics, but then Rudy tested while you were talking.
Is it? Okay. So there is a bit of sound then, I
Yeah.
guess.
Let's hope so. Otherwise,
It's
So
gonna be
otherwise-
really. It's gonna be terrible.
It's going to be terrible.
If up until
Unless-
this point the video
unless-
is terrible, please blame Tatenda.
Unless we stop it and start again, because this is 11 minutes in.
Okay. Anyway, so on this guy, I want to say his name is Michael, but I can't remember his TikTok handle for you guys to have a look at him. Basically, he does these videos of like little check-ins, and the one is he always starts with, hey, over there. He's got the smoothest, calmest, like falling asleep voice that is so, it's like,
David Attenborough.
it's like welcoming. There's no, there's no intimidation. It's crazy. It's hard to explain, but he did this video and I sent it to our executive head saying it would be cool if she could share it with the staff at a certain point. And he does this check-in, and he talks about checking in with yourself. And I think that is so important to just check in. We are so worried about the world around us, especially as men of a household, men in the relationship, men in, you know, the greater scheme of things is always there's huge pressure to be this person. And we're always worried about the externals. And we never really just take a second to just check if we're okay. And so he does this video and he goes, just check in with yourself. Literally, check in with your body. So I followed his video and I'm like laying in bed and I'm watching it and he goes like, okay, let's take a breath, feel the air going in. I'm like, okay, I've done this before in PE, I do it with the kids. And he goes, okay, now I want you to focus while you're breathing on the tip of your toes. Feel the tip of your toes. And I'm like, I feel them. I feel them. And then he goes, okay, now move up your shins. And I'm like, I've never felt my shin before. And I'm like, I can feel my shin. And he goes, and literally starts with your whole body. And he goes, okay. And then he ends it off with, obviously, now you're at your shoulders and your head. And he's like, shake it off, feel it off. I genuinely felt better. And that was literally a 2-minute TikTok or a minute TikTok where he helps you to check in with yourself. And that is so powerful in that you taking 1 minute, 2 minutes to make me feel better from 1 billion kilometers away, because he's obviously, I think he's American. That he's probably sleeping at the time because of the time difference, but his little video made me feel better for watching it in a minute. And if every single person had to see that video, how many people would feel good within that minute of time? So I think we just need to take that time as people and as men, is to start taking care of ourselves. Take that extra time to just have that self-care. If your thing is to go and sit and read a book, and for half an hour, go do it. Take the time for you. Check in with yourself. You know, if it's to go and I know when I go to the bathroom, you're in that bathroom for like 40 minutes because I'm on my phone, I'm random scrolling. I think a lot of men do it.
Death scrolling.
It's just that time to just check in, do something for yourself. You love to play your PlayStation. I do too. But do something for yourself. Tats, what's your thing to do for yourself? Checking in with yourself. What do you do?
That's such it's a profound way of thinking about it. But I speak to myself literally like the other person is in the room.
Okay.
Like, Rudy, how are you? Kind of vibe. And it's something I've been learning to do. But
so a fly on the wall while you're doing that would be really funny.
Yes, definitely. Because we're both looking at it like me and me. You understand?
Do you look in the mirror and do it?
Yes, I look. Yes, there's the mirror as well. The mirror comes with an affirmation. So when I wake up in the morning to go to the shower, I pass the mirror and get into the shower, open up so that the water can start running. Then come back and say, hey, dude, how you doing? And I've been struggling a lot with my hair. I'm losing my hair right in front. And it's been screwing my confidence quite a bit. So I would be like, yeah, our hairline is going, and that's a sign of age. So that I can try and get myself back into the fact that you may be losing confidence, but embrace it. So that's me trying to sort of catch up with myself, that as I'm passing and I'm thinking, crap, I look like crap, I can look at myself and say, yes, that's age, that's wisdom there.
Yeah, what do they say? Like they say, with every grey hair,
it's
you
a bit
grow
of
a strand of wisdom.
Yes, yeah. So that's how I do my check-in.
Tristy?
I talk to myself, but not like that. I have an internal dialogue. I think in words. So
How
like
often?
all the time.
So you don't have a specific time that you do it. You just like when you need to.
If I'm quiet, generally when I'm quiet, I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
So like, which actually brings me something I wanted to bring up. So yeah, so I talk to myself, and what also like sometimes it's just I used to, not so much anymore, but I used to when I was in high school and stuff, I'd go and just train by myself, like go and
just take a jog or
kick rugby balls,
whatever.
or even though I wasn't a rugby player, but
something different, yeah.
just something, and then I would just kind of like talk to myself. So crazy enough. So now you're talking about that thing and that self. I saw a video that was talking about how we process things and how people think and whatever.
Yeah.
And I've said it to you before. 33% of people have what are called auditory narrators.
Okay.
What it means is, so everything I see, I interact with, someone is like reading it to me. I don't see it. Like I see it with my eyes, but someone's like reading it to me. So everything I think, I hear myself, like a voice that I've made myself. It's not like schizophrenia.
Yeah.
It's a difference because you know it's self-made. That someone, so like now, I'll be like, Rudy is slightly lifting up the laptop.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking. In my head, I hear that. Almost like I'm talking to myself.
That's weird.
It's called auditory. So it's auditory narration. It's a real thing. Like people have it. So, but then other people don't, and they have very visual things. So you can imagine things. When I imagine things, it's like someone's telling me. It's like they're telling me a story, and then I just remember what it looks like. If that makes sense.
I don't think of the words. Like I say, like I'm not like I don't think of the words.
Yeah, but I'm saying I can hear myself talking about it.
Yeah. I have that too as well. Like my I generally I only sort of hear that voice. It's weird. I only actually hear that voice when I feel that I'm not necessarily down, but when I'm either worried about something. That's when I.
So yours is like a conscious or
yeah.
Whereas mine is 24/7.
No, mine literally, especially when like especially you know that Tata, like that at crunch time during like finance, like at the end of the month it's getting tight. You start talking to yourself of how you can get things done. What else can you do? What the hustle could
That's
be.
me 24/7, bro.
That's when my voice starts to talk. I feel like we all Randy Orton.
That's me. That's
voices
actually
in our
me.
heads.
Like what Tristan is saying, it's something that I'm actually trying to get away from because
yeah.
I would be stressed for next month's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what we said last
yes,
week.
we said it last week as well, and I'm trying to get away from it because even when I'm betting, I'm already thinking of a ball that I'm going to miss time, or the ball that is gonna jab into me and probably hit me,
So
or
exactly.
the bouncer that I'm going to miss because I'm not good at the pull
So
shot.
I have a cool question on that because I'll tell you myself. When you're playing cricket and someone bowls a ball and it's outside off, what processes in your brain, your thought patterns? So for me, I see it. It's like I tell myself, like I can hear, okay, it's outside off. I hear it. It's like someone's telling me the ball's going outside off, it's swinging away, play a cover drive.
Do this.
And I do it. In that that quick second, I hear it. Like someone's telling me.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Everything I do is like I'm telling. I
Yeah.
promise. It's like it's not a different voice. I know it's me.
Yeah.
It's my thought. It's how I think.
With me, that voice comes afterwards.
Oh no, mine
Yeah.
is
It's-
completely
it's
instinctive.
instinctive, yes.
But I do see, at the moment I've hit the ball,
Yes.
I feel like in my mind goes out of my body, and I'm always at my right hand side, looking at myself after I've hit the
See,
shot.
but you're
and holding
visual.
it.
So
Yeah.
that would mean that
It's
you're very
almost-
visual.
Yeah,
You-
that's
you
me
picture.
as well. But with me, it's more. I never say, "Oh, there is a short and wide, go." It's always bah.
No, of
Then
course.
it's after that, then I like what Rudy is saying. Sort of like see myself, like, "Oh, this is what
But
we did."
that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That instinctual. You don't have someone telling like that's what auditory is, like the auditory narration from what the guy explained.
so
At
we
least I understand
are
it.
imagery. We use
imagery more so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is 1 in 3, so it would make sense. But it's like people can't. It's like having someone tell a story. You know,
Yes.
Someone paints a
yes.
picture. Yes.
So that's what's happened all the time, 24/7. Like if I actually think about what you're wearing, like not just view it, I think I hear myself saying, "Oh, that's red." Like
Oh, he's wearing
it's
this.
he's wearing blue with a spider, and it's quick. It's like this, but I hear it normally. Like it's just how I function.
Then how do you then go through situations? Let's suppose you're going into an interview, and you know how it is where you walk into a boardroom and you're thinking, "There's Rudy, there's Tristan, there's so."
It's so quick.
Then the moment I look at Rudy is not welcoming. Do I then turn my eyes to get to a Tristan that probably is more welcoming for me to calm down? How then do you go through the process?
It's like, you know, when you watch a movie and they set the scene where they say this person's like this, or like, you know, character bios. My brain kind of does that. Like I character bio people.
It's like he's triaging a murder scene.
Yes.
He's the first aider.
But that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
But you'll ask me, I'm walking anywhere, I like look at everyone and I kind of like.
I'm so focused when, like, for me, I'm the difference. I know I'm going to the staff room to see you. There could be 10 people there. I'll be like,
I didn't see.
Tristan's there.
I pick
I
up
don't see
everyone and what they're doing in that
with
time.
Rudy, that would be in a perfect world. If you're walking into an interview full of strangers and there's these big people, how do you get your confidence to then calm down?
I trust myself.
So
do this.
I will always, knowing, like, let's say it's that situation of walking into a boardroom, I always look for the one that looks like the biggest macho there. And I'm
Yes.
like,
Okay.
there's the
Just a
competition.
pickup.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the competition.
I find the at least
Who's the
friendliest.
who's the head honcho here?
Or-
And
or
how-
no, the friendliest.
Mm.
So let's suppose I have to walk into a space where both of you are in.
Mm.
I don't care about everyone else.
Mm.
I'll focus on these
Oh, yeah,
two
yeah.
because you are giving me something back. Just like if I'm doing public speaking or emceeing or whatever, I pinpoint in the crowd
One face.
who is the one that
That
is sort
looks
of-
they interested
When
in.
I say something, they are.
Yeah.
I feed off
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Of
Do you
course,
do
I
the
think
same?
everyone does that. But I think like what I'm saying for me, I don't worry so much. I trust myself to win over anyone.
That's a powerful spot to be in, because I don't. That's why it was so difficult for me to just walk into a girl and say, "Hey, can I take you out for lunch or whatever?"
So
There had to be some sort of let's get to know each other.
No, I do the
outside of
same
that
thing,
Space, yeah.
but it's just I trust myself to do it. I think I trust my way with words and how I speak and my ability to read people. I trust myself in it. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world or anything.
Yeah.
I just trust myself to do it.
Rudy, how do you
even
do it?
in every situation. Really just
I'm pretty confident. So, like, it wouldn't phase me whether you like me, whether you don't like me. I'm gonna walk up and say hello. And if my
Yeah.
intention is to go say hello to you, I will say hello to you. If my intention is to ignore you, I'm gonna ignore you. If
Just
my
to
intention is to
ignore,
say hello to everyone and be welcome to everyone, that I'll do that, regardless of situation.
I think
I
it
literally
takes
have
a,
a- I have a-
it takes a different kind of confidence to be like that, where I'm walking into a space. Okay, it's just like walking into a team environment that is new. I struggle to sort of like get my way through. I'm sort of like that guy that's always gonna be. I don't wanna.
do you know what I
invade.
think? I think you think that, but you're not that.
But
So I used to think the same until I started actually being more cognizant or aware of what happens when I'm in those scenarios. So what you'll notice is you'll probably speak to one person,
Yeah.
but you're a loud person, okay? As am I when I am
Yes.
outgoing.
Yeah.
And what happens is you don't actually notice that everyone else is listening to you being a clown to someone that's just got in there. No, for real. You don't realize it. And then in that sense, you've already built an almost rapport because some of them will find what you're saying funny. Now already those guys are warmer towards you. You don't even notice it.
Without you even noticing.
But
it.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I'm confident in it because I've seen that it works even though I'm not attempting to do that.
also,
That's why I don't care because I know it's going to happen eventually.
Wow.
I've also got the view, like, I've been blessed enough to have worked at quite a few different schools. So it's obviously in the profession that I'm in, and I've stuck to that same profession and been in different environments, but within the same sort of area of expertise. I've seen people come and go. I've seen types of people, and I've always seen how they've changed from when you first meet them to how they've.
Yeah.
So I've gone, I'm not going to put on this face of going, walking in there being, okay, it's a minute. Because they're going to see the big, loud Rudy that's
Outside.
there in
At
in
some
2 months'
point,
time.
okay, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. At
So
some
I- so
point,
I'm like-
I
I'm
can't
like,
keep up with this.
You
face,
the facade of literally having, this person that walks in and goes, okay, I've changed now. I'm going to be more.
yeah.
No.
Like I'm
I am-
trying to be. Let me be normal. Let me be normal.
Well, that's like when
No.
I started. I was just
No.
that's the biggest tool.
You
That's
are the biggest tool. He is
Yeah,
the biggest tool.
But the biggest tool you have is being yourself. And again, it takes
And you
one
can't fake
person.
it.
It takes one person to like you, and that shifts everyone's thinking. So if I look at like myself in the environment we came into, I was just friends with Rudy and one or two other people that I knew. But I was myself. If anyone spoke to me, I'll chat to them, whatever. Then one person started to like me more. Now there's no one that I know on our staff that I can't talk to, have a laugh with, will make a joke with. It's not like I've tried to make relationships with everyone.
It just happened.
It just happens because you are yourself wherever you go. I'm the
Yeah.
same person every day, even if I'm in a bad mood.
You're
The
still
jokes
that
are just
guy.
not as loud or
Yes.
funny. They're just
But-
more
but
dark
they are
and
there.
surly.
But they are there.
They're still there. They
Yeah.
just, I'm just not saying
How
them with the
then do
nicest
you
face.
guys? I struggle with my in-laws. Like, I've always got this this conscious. I don't know, white and black people are different in that regard anyway. But I always kind of feel like I can't be too loud.
We need to cut that here. You said in-laws and I'm killing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I can't be too loud. At the same time, I cannot not be myself. But if I'm
Yeah.
myself, I'm gonna come across as I'm too loud. But then if I then don't do that, then I'm gonna come across as I'm too
I
arrogant
think that
and I
that's
don't
a
want
difficult
to.
one. Because I think even with mine, so not that I have in-laws per se, but
Yeah.
with Katie's parents, they're very conservative Catholic. And at first I struggled a little bit, but the dad, for example, loves football.
So
The
you
dad loves
Found a
football.
common interest.
So you
And
found a
but
common
in
interest.
that I can be myself because he's been around football, he's been around how guys are. So we have banter over football all the time.
And
That's
that banter
generally,
becomes banter for
So
everything
ban-
else.
then it just
banter
follows.
becomes a relationship building.
and then it
consequence.
follows from there into everything else. So now like it's more talkative. Like he had like never used to message me. Now he'll message me, send me photos from when they were at Old Trafford and stuff.
I see.
And then we'll talk a little bit about how the atmosphere was, whatever. But that's kind of our conversations. And then when we're there, we'll talk a lot more then about everything or whatever. So it kind of just stems from finding a relationship in something, because any common thread can be
Yeah.
turned into something that the moment I see you as someone who has something in common with me, as a human, society-wise, I then
Easier.
connect it
Yes,
to you.
Yes.
Now, you've said 6 other things that I really am not on the same path with, but
Because
we
of one.
really have the same view on this. So now I can accept those, and we can still be very chilled and happy and fine.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens. And if there's nothing there, that's where you get now a complete conflict in personalities, and then you have now this like, no.
Rudy, how do you guys deal with it?
What with in-laws?
Like in-laws, yeah. Do you become do you become that clown,
Flag on the play.
or do you become that guy that just be quiet around in-laws? I think the quieter you
honestly-
are, the better.
I'm Rudy.
Okay, I honestly cannot.
No, I'm Rudy.
Yeah, I'll turn the other way. Like it's
Okay.
I can't comment completely. So, Kale's dad, amazing.
I meant that as a joke,
him
by
and
the way.
I got along from the first time. I mean, Kaylee and I weren't even dating when I met him.
Okay.
And
You knew him before.
no,
Kale.
so we were seeing each other. We were friends. We weren't in a relationship yet, but she invited me to go to see her dad. It was his 50th birthday, and we went there for like his party and whatnot. And
Yeah.
he apparently pulled Kaylee aside and said, "So when are you gonna marry this one?"
Wow.
Like, so there was an immediate connection. Him and I have always, and I'm the same way I'm with Tristan, the way I'm with you is where
Yeah.
I'm with Craig, and we get along like
Okay.
a house on fire.
Okay.
My mother-in-law, there's just no relationship. I've tried, I've really, really tried, super hard, and
Does she not like you?
I don't know. I think she does. I would hope that she does. I think, and
Could
I
be
know.
conflicting
I
personalities.
know she knows that I have Kaylee's best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And I know that she knows that I love her granddaughter and things like that, but I don't think we get along for
I think they're
reasons
just
out of
people,
my control.
They're just people
But
that
that
we
was-
just
And I've
don't.
tried.
And
And
that's
I can
yes.
honestly, hand on the Bible, say I've given it my absolute all. And it's not that I don't care anymore, but the reality is I'm at a stage in my life where I don't really care now what she thinks, because my focus is my wife and my child.
Yes, yeah.
I can't worry about what she thinks of me. If she likes me, I'm not gonna run and look
Besides,
for.
there's already a child, and you're not going anyway. So
And at the end of the day, I'm doing the best that I possibly can to try and make my wife's life as amazing as it can be, and raise a child to the best of my ability. That's all I can do.
Well, exactly.
And if she doesn't like that or can't respect me for it, then
Yeah.
I honestly don't care.
unfortunately,
But I mean, like that's exactly what I was saying. There's sometimes just people where there is no mesh.
It's just not
doesn't.
happening,
It
yes.
just doesn't.
Just
the
doesn't
jigsaw
happen,
pieces
yeah.
are different,
yeah.
and that's just okay. You can still you cannot have a problem with someone, and they cannot have a problem with you, but still
Yeah.
not be a great relationship.
Yeah,
It's just some
yeah,
people are different.
yeah.
If you bring a guy who really loves insects here, regardless of how much I like his personality, if that's all he can talk about, we're just never gonna
Then
mesh.
Yeah, then you never match.
Because I really dislike them. Like,
We've obviously deviated from the topic.
How did we get here? Then?
But like what I'm saying is to try and somehow bring it back. I think the part of checking in with yourself doesn't necessarily have to be something with yourself. If you don't have like my checking in, we're talking about your checking in, and that's where we debated. Again, it was you. But the checking in for me is actually spending time doing something physical for myself, like playing paddle on the Monday, going to cricket on the Saturday.
Yeah.
That is me checking in with myself. It's doing something for me because it makes
You
me
want
feel
to
better.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good afterwards.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
So like, and you know, yes, we deviated into obviously a different area there, but I think it's also important that if you're someone like me who you're checking in or doing something for yourself is doing something social or doing something with a relative or doing something, whatever, going to the gym, you know, if you've got a gym partner and maybe you guys are from completely different backgrounds, you will find a common interest. Like you said, you and Kelly's father, your common interest was football.
And we went to all boys school, so
And
it just
you
So
found
there was so much commonalities in
even
your
though
guys growing
it
up.
Even though-
didn't
Even
seem
though
like it.
the years are apart, but there is the same. Yeah.
So I mean, it is important. I mean, like, it's you've got to find those things in yourself. You've got to find things within your circle that obviously make it easy for you to feel like there's a purpose, because there is a bigger
Why are you
purpose.
closing off your body language?
Sorry, you've got to find a purpose for yourself. You know, find a passion for yourself. I mean, all of us, the three of us in this room right now, cannot survive more than a week without doing something physical.
Yeah, we
There's
can't.
no way.
We can't. Yeah.
If
Yeah,
we
it's-
do, you can't.
I can't. Yes.
I
yeah.
try, but
can't.
I mean,
I lose it.
I remember
Yeah.
when I hurt my ankle when we were playing paddle weekly, and I'd hurt my ankle at stuffing around on the tennis court,
Yes.
and because I wasn't playing, Tristan wasn't playing. It was a thing we did together, and he made me remember it every single week. Oh, we haven't played paddle. We haven't played paddle.
Yeah.
And I was just saying my ankle. But then I was still playing cricket. But I had
But it was,
but it was different.
everything,
It's that sideways movement.
Yeah.
But now that we're back at it, you remember how
understand
much
why.
you missed it, and because I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. Yes, I don't sleep afterwards because my adrenaline's still pumping.
Yeah.
But I remembered how much I needed because I still went to work on Tuesday feeling so much better. And I know Monday, Tuesdays are tough days for me. Wednesday, I feel like it's the hump day. You know, you're getting over the hump and you're heading
two
towards
more
the
days,
end.
then we're done. Yeah.
But Monday, I'd go to work going, I'm excited because I know at the end of the day I'm going to paddle.
Yeah.
And
So you can't wait for the day to go past.
To go past,
Yeah.
And it
to get
goes
to paddle.
quickly
And it
because
goes
all you're
quickly.
thinking
and it
about
goes
is
faster.
And
yeah.
then after playing paddle, I feel so good because it is such a good workout and
Yeah,
it's so
it's
much
so
fun and the
lekker.
banter's good and the vibe is nice that I'm feeling good the next day when I wake up that I can hit Tuesday with a bang.
Easier.
Tuesdays then
Wednesday,
past,
obviously, it's a
I'm
bump,
heading
yeah.
towards the weekend. So it really, my thing was playing that sport and it's so important to me. My time is like with Tristan, like he knows. Also, when I was sick, I couldn't phone him like I normally
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
But
'Cause you
I
can
needed
speak,
to
but you
have
could
that,
chat,
that
yes.
communication. My
Yeah.
thing is also quality time with a person, whether it's virtual or whatever. I needed to chat to someone. So like I would send him random videos because I knew we'd have a laugh
Then
about
laugh
it.
for yourself.
And
And I
then
knew
shout at me for not
rega-
watching straight away.
Yeah, and like so that I mean that's me. That is
Yeah.
100% me. It's
Yeah.
like I need that physical.
Gents, I want to deviate a little bit.
That's before. I just want to correct this man.
Yeah.
This man said we deviated. We cannot just speak on one topic for an entire
Can't.
podcast. That would
Yeah.
become a deep dive into
Yes.
something. A podcast is
Just
a
chat about
multitude
everything.
it's a multifaceted, style of speech that allows us to talk about the things.
Viewers,
In
for
one
anyone that
English
major.
multifaceted, lots of different things. Okay, yes.
Yes, that's why I
There's
said
the
it.
English major.
I did say
No,
it
but
straight afterwards.
We are you expecting everyone to know what that means?
I said it
Tender
straight
was look at
afterwards.
you like this.
Tender, did I not go straight after?
So then it was like this.
I was about to look at my thing, my Siri or my Google. Like, what
Okay,
is
so
this?
it is allowed to be various. It's a variety type
There we go.
show.
Baby
Okay,
words.
Simplify the English lange, mate.
You're
but
a math
the
teacher,
word is the
simplify.
word.
Yeah.
The word is the word. The
No,
word.
there's
Okay,
always a
let
Do
me
not
ask
go
you
into the
something.
word now. Please just carry on with what you're
Bad
saying.
is bad. Horrible is worse than bad. You cannot say bad is horrible or horrible is bad.
Ah,
They are different variations of the same thing.
men
Anyway,
grow eyes every
so-
day. Just learn something new.
yeah. So now that he's facing the other way, I would just like to say that he needs to stop making me feel bad for bringing more content that is unplanned.
I'm not
Thank you.
blaming you.
That's the authenticity of the show because it's a podcast. Anything
Yes.
can just
Tell
come
me.
in and just.
I'm a man of
it,
order.
I see. Gents, anyway, I wanted to.
I saw something flying too, but I thought you were about to smack me.
I wanted to just deviate quite a little bit because
Quite
it's
a bit.
wanted to deviate a little bit.
Quite a little bit.
Quite a little bit.
That's how we explain ourselves, guys.
Oxymoronically.
You know when they say they are critical but stable in hospital, you're like, critical but stable? Dude, how can you be critical and stable in the same life? It's a serious matter, and it's something that's close to my heart. And it's a family member, right? And the thing is, I was so glad that they reached out to me. The man reached out to me because the wife had reached out to me previously. They lost their child. And it's having someone be so good as a mother, yet they can't hold a child. You understand? And sends me a message, and like, I just got out of hospital right now. Like, what? We were together literally yesterday. I left Pretoria, they left for Wheatbank. It's my aunt and my uncle. And boom, something is wrong. I got out to get to my car. They were walking to their car, and it's like she almost fell. So I'm thinking, no, man, there is no way that she just wants to get away from family to go home. Something is going on, but I don't know what. Sends me a message the next day and says they had a miscarriage, right? And she's like, I'm really tired because this keeps on happening. And I'd gotten to a point where I was taking contraceptives, and the contraceptives clearly, it surpassed, and I got pregnant, and boom, I get a miscarriage. But my question now is, I'm thinking, how then do I reach out to the dude to speak man to man? Because women, it's easier for them to just lash out and say, this is what I'm going through. Until today, my uncle sends me a message. He's like, how's it? Yeah, I'm gutted. I'm so overwhelmed and emotional as I speak about this. And he says, I'm so gutted, but I'm sure your aunt told you what happened, right? And immediately I went, how are you? And he said, no, we'll be fine. We have to be fine, right? My question now is, as gents, and your gent is going through something like that, how would you be there for them, or how would you start the topic enough for them to then express themselves? Because we are a generation of men that just can't open up. And he is that kind of a guy that is, him sending me that message it came as a relief, like, I've been meaning to call you and just text you, because I don't know where to start, because he's just going to tell you, no, I'm good, man, I'm good.
Can I be honest with you? Dead honest.
I have a feeling I'm going to say the same thing you're about to say.
The only thing that you can do is exactly what happened. You cannot force someone, because I know exactly what he's going through. Kels and I went through it, okay? And there is no one that will be able to give you comfort the way you need it, say anything that you want to say, and nothing you say to me will make me open up to you unless I want to open up to you at all. So something so severe like that, it's not going to happen. So when it happened to us, I couldn't tell anyone at the time. Only about, I'd say, a year. I'd actually say only once Dakota was born were we able to say it, hence her second name being Rain. So any Rain or Ray is short for rainbow, because a rainbow baby is a baby born after a miscarriage.
I see, okay.
So after we went through it, it became easier, because now we've got the child, the blessing that we wanted, where we're able to actually speak about the child that we lost.
Sure.
So it's something so tough to talk about, and it's so hard because you're in my house, in my family, the woman feels she's to blame, because her one job on this earth is to carry a child. And she couldn't do it. She failed, in her mind, failed at doing that. Yeah. Regardless of whatever the circumstances were, the implications, whatever it was, she feels she's failed her husband, or failed her partner, because she couldn't do the one thing that she was supposedly put on this earth to do.
And her job.
You as a man know there's nothing you can say to her to make her feel better about it. Sure. You will say words that will just be words. Sure. Nothing. So it is so hard to talk to. The only thing I can say is to just possibly just let them know that you're there, so that when they do feel comfortable, you'll be the person that they turn to. because I suppose it will make you feel better, which is even a bit of a push, because I think that is something you have to go through. Unfortunately, the people that have to go through it have to go through on their own, and they deal with it in their own way, because I know I could not speak to anyone until Dakota was born.
So it's sort of like you don't actually believe that the next pregnancy is going to go full term.
I was waiting.
Because you are traumatized at the fact that you lost.
I was waiting for something to go wrong that we lost Dakota as well. Until the morning where I saw her in the incubator.
That boom.
She was in the incubator and she was moving around and breathing. Hit me. Not because of, the child's here and we're actually having a child. The fact that the child made it.
And is moving.
And breathing and healthy.
Yeah.
So it is extremely tough. You can't.
Well, and I was actually going to say the exact same thing, and I don't have any experience in this, but in any high-level trauma that anyone has, anything that's affected them to the extent where they feel like that, because there's a lot of different traumas that can cause that pain. You can't, and anything that you've gone through yourself where it's really hit hard, no matter what I could say to you, Rudy could say to you, your wife could say to you, it would never change how you felt until you were ready to have the wound opened. And it's all about the person. The only thing we can do is to say, like, I'm here. Like if you
you don't want to force it.
It's literally
the last thing you want is for you to, like, let's say you're worried about me. The last thing I want is you to force that support. Just a message.
Just saying, listen, Rudes, I'm here for you. I know it's tough. If you ever need to speak, I'm there.
Oh, can I take you for a beer?
Yeah.
And if we go for a beer and I don't bring it up,
that's fine.
Don't bring it up.
Whatever it is. So
I'll bring it up if I need to.
If I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do anything and you doing it, remember, the biggest thing that people do when they're hurt or in pain is to push people away. The more you try and force yourself on, the more they'll push you away. You have to let 100%. Them allow you in. There's nothing you can do. Bringing it up all the time also doesn't help, and because their way of dealing with it might be pushing it away, like might be putting it deep inside, and now you keep bringing it out of them when they don't want to. They then create a resentfulness towards you out of nowhere when you're trying to be supportive.
I'm just thinking now as well, sometimes also you can't take it personally if you're not the person that they confide in. Because there's also that feeling of, if I share it with you, I might feel the news, the trauma, whatever, like with my situation, you're always about, I'm going to have a kid or whatever. And maybe at the time of planning, the last thing you want to do is speak to my mates about it and whatever, because I don't want to look like I can't have a child. In fact, and it sounds stupid, it sounds silly of how I can't even talk to my mates about it. But
of which none of the mates are looking at you as that.
But the mindset that you can't think clearly. So like maybe that person at the time, I remember actually the one person I told about it was a mate that I knew I was not going to talk to, I hadn't seen in forever. We had just like sort of bumped into each other, if I remember correctly. He was the first person I told, but I knew that the conversation wasn't going to go further than when I'd walked away from him. I wasn't going to hear from him afterwards. But that made me feel better, because it was just me just speaking out at once. Because if I told you, like at the time, let's say I told something like that.
You have a different view of me.
Not necessarily a different view, but I know you would constantly be wanting to check in. And by you checking in, it's not that I don't want to constantly remember, because you're always going to remember it, but it's then constantly at the top of my mind.
It's bringing it up.
It's resurfacing.
Also, I'm trying to hide it, and here you are, keep on asking.
Well, I'm trying to deal with it.
I'm trying to deal with it.
Everyone deals with it.
You keep going, dude, are you okay? I mean, I know what happened, so are you okay? Type
like I know what happened to me. Don't
it's the
don't
last
tell
thing
me.
you actually want. So it just depends from person to person and the trauma itself.
But why is it so hard for us gents to then? Because the way his wife opened up to me and how distraught she is, it hurt me to a point that I kind of feel like this is happening to me, or maybe, just maybe, if they had stayed at home, probably none of this would have happened. They didn't have to travel an hour to get to the other spot so that we could meet as a family. All those things.
Can I be honest why I think she told you that? I think she was worried at the time about her spouse, and she knew you'd be a good person to try and check in.
Yes, but then how do I then open up? And like literally the whole week.
But it's again just sending the message.
In her mind, by her doing that, she's trying to find solace for him in his time of need, in his time of grief as well. And she feels you might be that person.
Yeah.
The fact that you might not do it because you understand maybe I don't want to push, he'll come to me should he need me, is also a different mindset to have. So it just goes from person to person, situation to situation, because everyone is different. Some people just need that. They need that someone to sit with and cry. At the time, I wanted nothing from it. I wanted.
And you and your wife, how did you deal with it? Did you speak about it? Did you affirm her? Because I still remember when we lost our child, there was a point where Pumza was saying, maybe if I had not cleaned my office the way I did, because when she moved into the new department and their office was just a mess, and she's OCD, so everything must be packed nicely. She says, maybe if I had not lifted all those heavy boxes, Aiden would still be alive, you understand? How did you deal with your wife going through that? Did you affirm her? Did you tell her it was not her fault, even though it's really not her fault? Of course. Yeah.
I mean, you say so many things, and like I said to you, I can see the words literally leaving my mouth, hitting the side of her ears, and bouncing out.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
And it hurts you
There's
as well.
nothing you can say, nothing you can do, to try and make them feel better. I'm dead serious. It is one of those things that say time heals all wounds. I don't think it heals that wound. I think it just makes it more easy to bear with.
Yeah.
Well, you learn to carry the load.
You learn to carry it better.
Because at the time, nothing I could say to her, nothing she could say to me could make us feel better for what we had lost. Yeah. It's not like we lost a sweet that we go to shops and replace it.
Yeah.
We knew what that was. That was a once off, me and Kaylee coming together, making something that is unique, that'll never be, nothing else will ever be like that, and we've lost it. We didn't even get to know it.
Yeah.
Even with Dakota, we're so blessed, love her to bits, but we don't know what that child was, who that child was, what they could have been. Was it a boy? Was it a girl? You don't know those things.
And you keep on asking yourself those questions.
Those are the things, that go through your mind when dealing with something like that. And I can tell you, it's not easy, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, gents, move up on that.
Well,
thank you for the...
I wanted to say just one last thing. So it's outside of specifically that, but I also read somewhere or heard about how men and women deal with their problems is different. Men who constantly talk about their problems in terms of the stresses, whatever, it actually has the opposite effect of what you would think. It actually makes us more stressed, constantly talking about our stresses, because men deal with things. That's how we process. So I process very silently. I keep things until I understand.
The more you're making me talk about
it. So the more, that's what I'm saying, the more that you bring it up to someone, anything, with a guy particularly, it can make it worse, because now they continuously reliving it, redoing it.
Or they overthink it.
Whereas with women, the more they talk about it, the more they rationalize it, and the more that because they're so in tune with their emotions, they rationalize and they understand and they get better. We don't rationalize. We go, but like...
I'm thinking about it again, so how do I fix it
worse the whole time, and you get in this cycle. And then when you eventually get down, the last thing you want is someone to go, that cycle. And then you now back in the...
But you also can't be hard on yourself, Tats, in your situation.
Yeah.
Your intent was good.
So I'm not saying right or wrong thing.
Your heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
Your heart was in the right place. Your intent was perfect. It was pure. So you can't be hard on
I don't think you did the wrong thing. I think you made it known that you were there for them, which is the right thing.
And that's a good thing. I mean, I had people that knew they could see I was down, that had told me that. But the reason I didn't tell them is because I didn't want them to be constantly be there. They could see maybe I was down there, they'll forget about it. Your mate's down, check in.
But then I don't want you to always remind me of it each time you see me. Or your first word when you send me a text is, I know what happened. I'm sorry. You're right. Gents, anyway, I've got a few ice-breaking or ice-molding questions to finish up, right? Cool. Yeah. And the first question is, what's a surprise thing on your bucket list? I know.
A surprising thing.
Yes. What's on your bucket list that you like this? It needs to happen.
It needs to happen. It's not surprising. Take a guess. Rudy knows.
You want to go to the Etihad?
I want to
go watch Manchester United
City.
Manchester City.
I know. Yeah.
I want to go to Etihad Stadium and I want to watch Manchester City play.
Ready?
Take my daughter to Thailand.
Oh. I want to take my wife to Maldives.
Ooh.
So I've got
Yeah.
two. Take Dakota to Thailand and experience what Kels and I experienced when we went there. Go to all the same places.
Oh,
Relive it with our daughter.
with, yeah.
And to take the entire IPL season and follow RCB from hotel to hotel, stadium
In
to
the
stadium.
heat of India, bro.
That's what I
Yeah,
want. It's a
bruh.
dream.
Oh.
It's a dream. It is a dream for me.
Wow.
And you, Tats, outside of the Maldives, anything else?
I want to be rich, bro.
That's not a bucket list thing. Sorry, brother. It's an experience thing.
I want to win the lotto.
But it's an
Is that
experience thing.
true? Bucket list, I want to win the lotto, mate.
One bora.
What's the best thing you've crossed off on your bucket list? The best thing that you've crossed off. You had a bucket list and like, I did this.
Next question.
Mine was playing either semi or professional level sport
Yeah.
when I was
I
selected
suppose
for the
I can
World
do
Cup for action
For
cricket.
action cricket.
Mm.
Yeah.
The World Club Series in Dubai.
Chess.
Next question.
Mine was eventually the amount of grief that I got before I got married at Home Affairs with the Zimbabwean embassy, South African embassy, all that. To then say, we did it. It took us just to a point that even Pumza cried, like, nah, man, this is too much. There's a document that's left. There's that is left. There's this, there's that. To finally say, we are married. So, yeah. What's your favorite board game? Mine will be chess. Is chess a board game?
Yeah.
So I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah.
Monopoly, probably.
I don't
Or 30
understand one of
seconds. I don't know.
them. Ready?
Cluedo. No. What's that card game? It's not really a board game, but it's like similar to it. The Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, yes.
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. Is
Cards Against Humanity is the best.
best game
best
ever
game
made.
in the world.
Okay. Dream car.
Mine. It changed. It used to be a Porsche 911.
You are so boring.
You are so cheap, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
word.
see.
Oh.
I rated you up until this
I'm
point.
gonna call you
man.
Steve.
I liked a Porsche 9. When
So
I was
does my
growing up.
father.
When I was growing up, I really liked Porsche 911.
And you know what's changed since when you liked it then?
McLaren.
Absolutely nothing. It
Nothing.
looks
McLaren.
exactly the same.
But I want McLaren.
Yeah, mine is a McLaren
P1?
720 S.
The P1?
The Spider.
McLaren P1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
McLaren P1.
Okay. Ready?
Oh, actually, I gotta be realistic. Not even realistic, but still. Even though Rudy hates his car, he knows I've told him if I could get this car, I would. G-Wagon.
Oh, okay.
A G-Wagon.
Okay, Kim K.
Okay. Kim K.
1972 Beetle.
Oh, man.
And he called me boring.
Oh, man. If
Where
we're
your car
talking...
was born.
No. But if we're talking vintage, I love the 1969 Ford Mustang.
Oh, that would have been
Oh,
one
in
for me
black.
as
If
well.
you can tell me what it's called, then I believe you. What it was called. The 1969. You're talking about the GT500.
The GT500.
What
yes.
is it called?
I don't know. What was
The
it called?
Eleanor.
The Helena.
The Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Without the H.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I know. What's your favorite type of cuisine?
As in, like, from a
Food.
particular country.
Yeah.
Type of food or actual?
This is about to just...
Any type of food.
What do you think I'm going to say, Rudy?
No, anything spicy, but you love spicy food.
Probably Portuguese or Mexican food.
But proper spicy.
Like proper Portuguese or Mexican. Well, Portuguese food is not actually spicy by nature. But I like the food. Actual Portuguese food is not so spicy.
I
It's
see.
not. It's more about flavor.
Okay.
So I'd probably say Mexican food.
Okay.
Really like Mexican food.
Seafood.
Seafood.
Prawns.
Mine is
fish,
Italian.
Yeah, seafood.
Italian food is
Italian.
also
I love
really good.
pasta, bro. Love me my pasta. Last one. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing, what would it be? Unlimited supply for
Okay,
me.
Tats
to
is
be
gonna
money,
be money on
mate.
you.
What do you think mine is?
Unlimited type of one thing.
Yes.
I mean, you're probably gonna say something really deep like time.
No, because then I would lose everyone that I...
This is like be like
Something so
Highlander.
deep, like, yeah.
Like Highlander. Who wants to live forever? There could be
Forever.
only one.
Is it an ability or a thing?
Anything.
A thing or an
Unlimited.
ability?
Unlimited. No, a
an
thing, a
unlimited
material, something, yes. Something tangible.
I suppose it'd have to be money.
How about this? Mine's selfishly rich, like selfishly rich. Like you have money, that's one. I want unlimited Bitcoin.
But that's the same.
No,
thing.
it's more than that.
No, it's
equates
not
to
because
money,
it equates to money.
No, but it's
Monetary.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, the currency of exchange that is used in the world to buy
It's
and
money.
to purchase and trade goods. I want unlimited of that
Of
one.
that, yeah.
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 It has to be money.
It has to be that.
I think so. I
You
think,
know,
yeah.
That's stupid saying. People will say that money can't buy happiness.
No, it does.
Give me a try.
Give me. Yeah.
No,
I'll
so
show
it's not,
you.
Give me $1 million
So
there.
money doesn't buy fulfillment.
But it does.
but it can buy happiness.
Brother,
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Besides,
I'll
but
prove you wrong.
you know what? I don't mind crying in a Lamborghini, bro.
yeah.
Or when I get bored, I just go into my phone and I'm like, okay, where's the pilot? We're chartering a flight to
Yeah.
New York for lunch.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm so hungry.
Nah.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
please will you make me... Oh, come on.
Make me what-
Anthony, can you please make me a smoothie, please?
No, can you please make me an A5 Wagyu with...
Yeah, see, bro.
Oh,
My
word.
feet are sore. Please
Yeah.
will you prepare the
massage.
The
fishies.
The fish pond.
The
So I can
fishies.
put my feet in.
Exactly.
Come on.
Now money makes the world go round.
I don't think it builds fulfillment, which is
But-
what people look for, and meaning, but it definitely buys happiness.
It
Okay.
does, yeah.
You walk out here.
Yeah.
Pumza tells you her favorite house and favorite
No,
car
but
is in-
Ruth's-
Let me finish. Her favorite house is in this estate. She says she wants it to dream estate.
Yeah.
And her favorite car is such. Now you got unlimited money. You told me you blindfold her and make it all cute and take it to this and be like, your
There
new
you
home
go.
and car baby. Her face, that will make you happy.
But you're,
Yes.
you're not listening to what I'm saying. Yes, but we've learned how to live without it.
Yeah.
If I've lived with it my
But
whole
it doesn't
life...
necessarily mean that we don't want it.
Yes, 100%. But I'm saying if I lived with that my whole life, I would be untrustworthy. I wouldn't trust anyone around me. Not a single person, because they probably would just want me for money. I would struggle to build meaningful relationships. Probably. Right? Like, I'm
Because
just
you
looking
don't
at the
care.
trust issues. No, but I'm looking at the trust issues. And what a part of what makes us happy in our lives is our relationships and our meaning.
Yeah.
If I was that rich, there's always someone with an end goal talking to me. Now, what is your end goal, bro? We're gonna have 5 rand together, my G. We're gonna be...
Or there's always going to be that guy that irritates you. Like, you walk into a restaurant and they didn't give you good service. You buy the restaurant and fire them.
Just because you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Gents, thank you. Thank you for this episode, guys. It was really good. Yes, I think we had about 17.
Stop being so closed off.
I'm comfortable. It's a comfort thing.
Leave the man alone, man.
Yes.
Okay, goodbye.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. As Tat said earlier, you might not have heard him, but please, on our YouTube page, click on the join. By you helping us, helps us do exactly what we are doing here, and it helps the channel grow. Eventually, like we said, for us to reach the goals that we want, to make more content that you guys enjoy, we need your help. So any help that comes from you guys, please send it our way. We send so much love. We hope that you have a fantastic week further. From myself, Trist and Tats, we love you and have a blessed week further. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
He talks so much.
It does, right?
That sounds good. Bye.
Just bye now.
I actually got the thumb.